Hey, so today we're working with a 4-year-old rescue horse. This horse was actually at a kill shelter. Some friends of ours rescued him. The trainer who had him took him to the kill shelter. I don't know the trainer, but he said he's a dangerous horse. So Mary, our friend Mary, she actually knew the horse personally, and she rescued it and brought it here to us. So I have done quite a bit of groundwork with him, and I have a few rides. So today I wanted to show you just kind of how I'm still approaching this horse. So we're just still in the starting phase. And I also want to get out of the round pen and show you kind of how I'd start with him out of the round pen, which will be the first day outside of, you know, the confinement of a round pen. So, and you can see he's pretty shy, you know, spooked. He's looking for a way out, not too interested in me. And there he turns to me, so I like that. So, and that's what I'm looking for. But I am going to go ahead and move him around a little bit because I just brought him in here. He's a little fresh. I'm not going to scare him. I'm going to use my rope and just send him around. So I'm just going to be real kind of slow with my cues. Just get him going around this round pen. Good. I'll keep my driving lane here. So when I throw that rope, my goal is not to scare him. My goal is just to keep him moving forward. So most of the time, I'm not even going to really touch him with my rope. I'm going to throw right over his back. There we go. He's moving out. Give him a chance to slow down there. See what he does. Good boy. Just going to give him a little pause and we're going to go the other way. This little colt, he wants to be nice. He really does. He wants to be a good horse. And you know, the first day I rode him, he definitely bucked a little bit. So we've taken our time with him, slowed down, stayed in the round pen, just kind of let him build up that confidence. You can just tell that's what he's lacking. He's not mean. He's just afraid, you know, and I don't blame him. I'm sure he's been through some stuff. So it's my job just to keep building that trust, you know, and not get on that scary side, like, and not to, what I mean by that is just not to scare him more. So right there, he got behind me, but my job, I'm not gonna make it worse. So right here, we're on his right side. He's obviously pretty strong left-sided. We get that, most of the horses we get in, obviously, young horses, most owners do more of the work on the left side, your saddling side. So I'd like to see him kind of square up to me right here. So I'm going to work on this side a little bit. Better, at least he's eyeing me. Good boy. Good boy. Good. I'm going to use this rope and just kind of quiet him down. You know, and I don't want to rope this horse because, you know, he is pretty fearful. So what I'm going to do is just set this over his head, on his neck. There. Just right in here. I'm going to start doing a little groundwork with this rope. You know I can halter this horse, but I just like to start here. Gives me a little extra groundwork. Really helps him become soft, and it's just a good starting point. So I'm just going to bend and send. I'm moving this hip. I'm going to use my inside hand to really start to gentle him up, brush him with my hand. I'm gonna feel this front leg, feel his belly, feel his back leg. Good boy. Good. Might even come right in here. I'm gonna flex. You know, and I don't have the pressure of a halter, so there, good. I'm not gonna ask for too much. That's good. Okay, go the other way. Same thing, just moving that hip around. See him getting that hind left leg to step across the hind right leg. Feel that back leg, getting ready to start picking up his feet. A little shy there. Doing my job of not getting kicked. Good. Stop him right here, maybe pick up that front leg. Good boy. Feeling that girth area. Another thing I like to do, you know, some of these horses you're getting ready to ride either with a halter or a hackamore. I'm gonna make a loop with my rope, go right around their nose, tighten her up. Good. And just kind of do the same thing for a second. I'm gonna be really light here because if I pull too hard, I'm really gonna pinch him and it's gonna hurt. Right there, good. He took his head away from me, so I just applied a little pressure. Good boy. Same thing. Good boy. See if I can get him to flex. Good. Nice. I'm gonna do the same thing the other side. Same thing, take my time. Take your time, good. Okay, and my hand's out here, just like I'm sitting in the saddle, so just like I'm using that rein. That's all right. I'm gonna come right back here. I'm gonna flex him to the right now. Just like I'm sitting in the saddle. See how soft we can get him. Really work on that pull, and you'll see me work on this later when I get under saddle. Good boy. Really wanting to be a good horse. Okay, I'm gonna go to my halter. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep my rope on. Pressure and release, pressure and release. So this is when you're working with younger colts, this is where, you know, in his case, kind of a problem horse, greener colt. I wouldn't say he's young because he's 4. I like to keep this rope around his neck. I have my halter. So I'm going to go ahead and put this around his neck as well. You know, some of these horses will kind of try to get away from you when you do that, when you just let them go, take the rope off and try to halter them. So I want to prevent that from happening. So I'm going to come here and halter him. Good. Because I know if he gets away before I tie this halter, you know, I still can get control of his neck, so he doesn't learn that, you know, that he's able to do that. Because once they learn that something comes off them, you know, they just start to bolt, you know, and that's kind of a problem we want to prevent from happening. And with these greener horses, you know, they might be head shy, might be shy around their ears, so make this loop big and see if you can't take it off without touching them. Good. Now I'm just gonna get rid of this rope. Okay. All right, same thing now. Gonna go bending, moving that hip. Use my right hand to bend. Might switch the lead rope to my left hand, so I'm pulling him, bending him around, keeping him forward, and I'm really using my right hand to brush his belly, brush his back legs. Good. Might flex him. Go the other way. Same thing. Can't flex enough. Flex as much as you can. Get them really, really soft. Following that feel. A couple other things I'm going to work on with this halter and lead before we move on is just really kind of rubbing it on him and getting him to gentle up. You know, especially on his legs. Kind of teach him to pick up his feet. Good. This horse right here, he's ready to get his feet trimmed, so I really need to do some work picking up these legs. Be careful on that back leg. So right here he gets a little jumpy when I go to that back leg, so I'm just going to hold till he releases. Good. Until he slows down, stops moving his feet. Might ask for a little bit more pressure. It's pretty good right there. Go down, pick up his leg. Another thing I like to do is take this rope to the offside, off eye. Good. There we go. Getting ready for that cinch. A little pressure. I'm gonna hold till he slows down. Hold till he slows down and release. Good boy. Pretty soon I'm gonna go to the bareback pad, and then I'm gonna go to the saddle. So I really want him to get used to this. One thing I want to prevent is him, you know, starting to bolt or get cinchy. Or even like this, just kind of walking around me when I start to put on that saddle, because I really want him to learn to stand still. So I'm gonna hold. Oh, good, good, great. Now we're gonna work on the other side. So I like this. Get him really ready to start following those reins, following your hands. And I'm gonna go right to this other side. Get him in the middle of the pen. I like working in the middle of the pen. Safer for me, safer for the horse. So don't get yourself pinned up against the fence. Same thing over here. Okay, I'm gonna go to my lead work on this side. Good. Pet him. I always say rub, don't pat. You know, it's the first thing a mother does when you see a baby foal. She licks that horse. So rub these horses. Don't always pat. You know, at some point we are going to pat when we're getting them ready for the saddle. But right now, rub them. You know, make them feel like you're not going to hurt them. You're gonna treat them like their mother did when they're just a baby. Okay, same thing over here. Rub those legs, rub those legs. Pick up that foot. Good. Good. Be careful going around this back leg. He can kick you in a millisecond. Okay, hold steady pressure right here. Good. Good boy. Doing good. Talk to these horses when you work them. Make them feel comfortable. Make them feel comfortable. You know, they have a good boy. Even pick up their tail. Let them get used to that. You know, you never know. You'll be riding this horse or roping off this horse, and you know, he can catch something right here in his tail area, and you know, he could just blow up. And every one of my horses I'm going to rope off, whether I'm roping in a pasture or roping a sled or roping steers. I mean, they're all going to feel that at some point. So I really want them to get comfortable in that area. And I'm keeping that nose tip to me, you know, because if I don't, he can just swing around, you know, and knock me to that rail over there. So be careful. Good boy. Talk to him. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start sending this horse around, asking for a little bit more pressure. What we call our bend and send. Asking for some pressure. I'm going to use this lead line. One thing I'm really looking for here is I want this horse to stay straight. So what I mean by that is, see how right there he's getting overbent? I'm just creating problems for myself when I start riding this horse, because right here, you know, he's kind of out of whack. His body isn't balanced. He's falling into his inside shoulder. That's exactly what I don't want him to do once I start training to ride him. You know, we're riding in the arena, or I really want him to hold himself up. So it's my job right here. So I'm gonna let him straighten himself out. And if he starts to get better, I can come in here and do the same thing. So bump and release. Then we get ready, go the other way, come over here, send that shoulder, send that hip. Let him straighten out there. Send that shoulder, send that hip. Good. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good. Rub him. Give him a break. I call this my insanity break. You know, my dad and I, we used to always do those crazy insanity workouts. And I used to work these horses with all grit. You know, I just work and work and work, and we'd both be sweating. And finally I started to figure it out, you know, give them breaks. My dad would say, give them the insanity break. I'm like, the hell does that mean? He's like, well, don't you need a break when we're doing insanity and you finish a set for, don't you need that 30-second break? And I'm like, yeah, dang right I do. He's like, these horses need that break too. So give them that 30-second to a minute break. Let them relax. You're gonna get so much further with them when you do. Plus it gives you time to just kind of rub them and become friends with them. Okay, I'm gonna go to my flag. A couple things I wanna do before I go to the saddle. One is work with my flag. Next thing is maybe work with my shaps. I really like working with those shaps. And then we'll go to the saddle and do some of the same stuff, and we'll put a ride on them. So one thing I hate with this flag is, you know, when I see riders working with their horse, they just come in with this flag and then they're just like, you know, just getting after their horse, and their horse is just scared to death. So that is the incorrect way to do this. That's a good way to make them deathly afraid of this thing. You know, use this to your advantage. So come into this arena, round pen, you know, and just shake this flag and don't even face that horse. Just let them relax. Let them not worry about it. So that's what I do. Even if I've done this, you know, 5 times on this horse, which is about what I've done. So I'm gonna come in here just like I did on the first day, and I'm just gonna present it to them. I'm just gonna present it every time to them. You know, horses are just like us. They have good days, they have bad days. So he's doing pretty good. So start shaking this flag, making some noise. I like to start kind of away, both sides in front of him. And I'm gonna start to touch him. Touch him. Get a rhythm with your flag. Right there, I'm taking it on that off side, that off eye. Getting rhythm. Good boy. Be careful when you take this flag to the other side. Stay out of those blind spots. Stay out of that blind spot around his neck, because he could bugger off or jump on you. Same thing over here. Good. Good. Okay, let's ask him to move off. Okay, now we're doing our send and bend exercise. So I need to be really careful with my left hand. I call my rein hand, just like if I was riding this horse. This is my rein hand. I got to be really, really soft, getting them ready for the hackamore, getting them ready to ride in the halter, ultimately get them ready for the bridle. Also going to be efficient with my flag. I'm not just over here flagging away. You know, I'm going to use this flag when he needs it. Maybe right here, going by the gate. See how he kind of leans on me? Put the flag over my shoulder when I'm not using it. Then I'm going to switch hands, send that hip, step over, send the shoulder. Good. I'm going to get in a little closer, really kind of use this flag to help gentle this horse. Where my feet are going to go, where my leg and shaps are going to go over right here on his butt. I'm going to send that hip and come over. Good. Same thing over here. I've done my homework with this horse. He says, I have no problem with this. This is easy. So I'm going to get in even closer here and really just kind of gentle him up. Good boy. Let him relax. That was a good job. Okay. Give him his break. We're gonna go to my shafts. Show you how I'll start off with those. These are an important tool for us, not only just riding everyday work, but really getting these young or problem horses gentle. Even the older horses, you know, they're kind of scary looking, they make a lot of noise, there's a lot going on. So start off just kind of like anything else, just introducing it. I don't know about that one. Good boy. Rubbing both sides with it. You know, get all your equipment, get your shaps, get your tarps, get your flags, get them smelling like a horse. You know, so the first thing that they smell when I introduce these is it smells just like a horse. Okay. I fold them up just like so, make them look a little less intimidating, and as they get better, like him, open them up, let them feel those shaps. Such a great tool. You know, and if he gets scared or tries to get away, I'm gonna take the pressure off. I'm not trying to scare him. I'm trying to build his confidence, get him mentally stronger. Good boy. All right, we're gonna go to the saddle and saddle pad.